Hello to everyone. We are on January 7, 2024, and this is Gpms.world North America meeting. So the table is round. So hello, Emily. I'm so glad to see you here. How are you doing, and what are the news from the United States?
Oh, the United States is struggling, Beatrice. The United States is still attached to an old system, and they're very dependent upon it. And watching them let go of it is like dragging somebody down a dark alleyway, and they're very afraid. I'm being completely honest. I have felt um, it was almost as if there was some density that um, maybe have been placed, maybe was placed on top of us to help us work through all of this consciousness over here in the US. But many people are ill, many people are dying, many people are hungry, many people are stressed out from the financial debt and the financial crisis that we all are all truly in. And I do my due diligence every day to create content that unites the world and to share the Gpms.world. And like the participation in this very meeting. I mean, I haven't been in very many of the meetings recently. I've had some shifts going on in my own reality. And there's only three of us. How many people are actually in the United States, doing the work, and why aren't they here? So things are not easy over here in America. And I have told humanity multiple times it is up to them. They have got to change their belief patterns. They have to let go of these indoctrinated systems that have inflicted decade upon decade of hurt and suffering, and generation after generation of our lives being stolen from us. It is up to us. And like I said, I am only doing what I can do, and that's all I've ever been able to do. But it's pretty dire over here in the US, and they've continued to be focused on Trump, and I've seen them continue to be focused on a cryptocurrency, or continue to be focused on anything away from the Gpms.world. I know that the Gpms is under heavy attacks recently. I've seen some profound statements made by outsiders, and I just sit back because I have to allow the seeds that I've planted to grow. I have planted a lot of seeds in the last 3 years, and they will do what they do. And I trust that no matter what, it gets done. Whether it happens in a whole other country first, it still gets done. Humanity does choose it. And yeah, that's my update from over here.
Yeah, so we have also with us Rick Joers. I met Rick also on the Europe in the morning. And just I want to let the people know that I and Emily, we had also another discussion that Emily wanted to be recorded and was not possible. And at that time we spoke about what would be great to be done in order for the people to wake up quickly. Because Emily also try some good remedies regarding the natural law, take a day off, do not go to the work and everything. But unfortunately, the people are so related to the actual system, and even that they remain at home, they still consume the oil and gas for their cars and everything. So it's still, we cannot stop to live on the actual system. We are still too dependent. And what I would suggest for the people, it's to line up on GPMS practically to come and to start, because this is not another way, unfortunately. So we need to do something in parallel, because inside of the actual system, it is already shown even by the new president of of another country that was just coming, Argentina, and practically this is not simple to move inside of the actual system. And the people are waiting for Trump for years. So until now, GPMS could be done, you know, so many times, and this GPMS can be done also per countries. They are not countries, but just for the people to understand the area, the geographic area. So on my opinion, it's also media that it is extremely important. I understood that there are some problem to neutralize the actual media and to insert another one. Probably it's also an work in progress. But until at that time, we still are here every weekend. And the people needs to know that a Zoom room for Sunday, Gpms.world North America started, and they need to show up and they need to start to speak. It's not possible in another way. So, Rick,
No,
yes.
I see. There's so many people, you know, that know about the Gpms.world, and what we're truly talking about is their fear of someone coming to get them, arrest them for uniting with the GPMS, going against what the artificial laws were created. I mean, there is a lot of fear in the US surrounding that. You know, we were all heavily programmed and heavily indoctrinated to believe that this false authority was a real authority when it's not. And for people to accept that we are the governing authority, that I am the responsible party, you know, and it is quite the change for many people. And like I said, a lot of people in the United States are dependent upon systems of the government, and watching them want to let go of those particular systemic limitations, because that's what they are. They're limitations, right? If the government is assisting you in any way, it's definitely in a limited structure and you're still in lack. I mean, you are. But yeah, it's just watching people go through their shit, man. I mean, I don't take it personally as much as I once did, but it does get tiresome to watch people repeat the same loops and the same patterns. Okay, every day the subconscious is being ruled with paying the electric bill, paying the mortgage, paying for fuel, paying, you know, that's what the subconscious is being ruled by. And instead of embracing that, you know, bringing GPMS to the forefront of the consciousness and really examining it, really looking at it, and really adding it as a part of your energy field, that's what you got to start doing. Because I feel like once people align with GPMS, then you become the GPMS.
Yes.
Totally. You become the GPMS. You're the voice for the GPMS. You are the love of the GPMS, that you are the creation of the GPMS. You are it. You are the currency of the new world. And we're getting there. We're getting there. I just look forward to so many people coming in and working together and cooperating to get it done. Because as soon as that happens, this is over.
Yeah, I had someone that I expected to come today. She contacted me in the morning. She's from Canada, and she asked me from where she can start with GPMS from here. So everyone can start from here, from the Zoom room. We have a Zoom room open every evening, 7 p.m. Toronto time. So they just need to come, and from there we start. And also right now we open gpms.org every Sunday at 4 p.m. Toronto time. So if they really want to contribute, they just need to tell us, then they will start on the contributor account, and after that they will see everything that we post as meetings and everything, and they can start to participate. So this is very recommended, and I expected also to see other people coming today. It seems that Sunday everyone has something to do, but the most important is GPMS because also in North America, we have a lot after, especially in Canada, after the fire and everything, we have already a housing problem, a housing crisis. And Rick explains so good today that practically we will be not able to build everything immediately. This will take some weeks, some months uh, to start to build everything in organic. So practically we will start with everything that we have and we will improve quickly, do not have homeless. And we start from there. And practically, this is the true solution, and everything is free. It's given via administration. We just need to unite and to organize. And then we will receive also the new technology. Any course will be free for everyone, and practically we will start to experience how to build an organic house. So this will be just amazing, and I do want to be there to the point to have this situation every day and not something else, how to clean up the water, how to clean up the air. So this will be like a big family working together in order to make your place so beautiful. So GPMS, it's fantastic. It's so beautiful. It's extraordinary. We do not need to wait anymore. So I know that Trump's play also his role, unfortunately, but practically with GPMS, we do not need president, we do not need representative for the people, because the people can start finally to represent themselves, but they have no idea how. So this is all about, there will be a vote for every important decision, there will be an administration, and we will start to see exactly from where we come, and the good people will start to explain inside of the administration, inside of the committee and everything. Yes, Rick, you wanted to say something regarding the administration? Rick, are you frozen? Sometimes the internet in Romania, he's in the mountain and it's not working good.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Does this work if I keep my video off like you suggested in our other meeting? Can you hear me fluently, unbroken?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, great. First off, what I'd love to say, I'm sitting back here watching both of you, Divine Feminine, and expressing just so beautifully the higher consciousness and that feminine knowing, and it was so impressive. So I wish to say that first. Thank you so much. Um, let's what was your question was something about the housing, I think, or the administration.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
yeah. So just to cover that very quickly, yes, with the implementation of GPMS, all of these vacant houses, that banks have repossessed and are emptied, all of this vacancy is very quickly filled worldwide. At the same time, everyone can be brought off of the street. There are many vacant buildings as temporary, beautiful shelters if needed. So you have the existing housing, what is out there that is currently vacant, but also we have the new technology. There's even the technology currently on the planet with the 3D printing, but there is yet higher technology getting more towards the replicators, if you will, which also will be released. But let's don't get futuristic. Let's use the 3D printer, what is proven here now. So what we simply do, if you will, because money becomes no object, what we do is we have unlimited resources to roll out these 3D printers with as many as possible, which can produce the houses very, very quickly. And this has already been proven and done in areas like China in the past, where many houses out of biodegradable material, which is natural and organic, has been produced. So having said this, your hemp crops, but not only that, your natural rock and concrete sand mixtures that are not toxic, all this can be utilized very efficiently into the 3D printers. So, there is no housing situation. It's that simple. And as Beatrice said, within, months, weeks or months, everyone upon the planet can be located in a home of their own, and also with a vehicle, every family. So this is, how quickly it can and will occur. So I'll stop there because Emily wishes to speak. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Rick, for your gratitude and your presence, and bringing the Gpms.world forward for all of us to create it and work together in cooperation, and to be the living testimony of what being Christ-centered truly is. And I don't mean to laugh. Thank you. There is this thing that I really, really want to address, because it energetically ties in to everything. Crap, where did it go? It has to do with the light workers on the planet, and it has to do with the waiting. It has to do with, any psychological operation out there that creates division. If it's trying to create a friction, trying to create a divide between people, that's instantaneously, it is nefarious, and you ignore it. And you just connect with them anyways. You just connect anyways. Gosh, there was something so important, and it's freaking gone now. So that just means it's not as important as I thought it was. The housing yes, that's what it was. It has something to do with the housing. When I tell people that in the Gpms.world, houses are free and everybody's car is free, they're literally blown away at the thought of that. Whoa. So I'm learning to be a little bit more compassionate, that's a big idea, because it absolutely removes so much stress. And that's really, there we go. I finally got to it. I have seen training about the ascension symptoms, and I want it made perfectly clear that those ascension symptoms are key indicators that you are in separation and not in unity and love. I mean that. I'm being serious. The moment we come in together in unity and love and cooperation, we begin healing all of these ascension symptoms, and everybody's dis-ease and discomfort is eradicated. And all of this nonsense, there I go again with that word, all of this nonsense, people wanting to whatever. Ultimately, we are all connected in love, and we all have that high moral compass that knows how to respect one another, and how to love one another, and how to communicate, and how to work together. It's just a part of who we are. And to get past all of those, we got to push right through all of those barriers that our attempts, to come in our energy and distort this movement. This movement is the most powerful energy on earth. There's nothing more powerful than Gpms.world. And that is the truth. That is the truth, because the intentions are pure, and it literally created abundance for everybody on earth to share. I think that's the major thing we're breaking through in the consciousness over here in the US, is we are all part of a giant planet, And in the laws of nature, we truly all genuinely share everything. And there's not a competition for us to do that. It's just an intrinsic thing. It's in me. It's likely in everybody else on earth. So I love you all. I'm so freaking grateful to see everybody here. And we just keep pushing through, man. We keep pushing through.
Yeah, we receive also Dylan. Hi, Dylan.
I hope all's well, everyone.
Yeah, we are good. We are just speaking about the free housing, because what happens, really, the people in Canada after the fire, they lost the houses and practically everything, and also they passed through a lot of bankruptcy. And the fire started practically last year, probably in April or something like, and never ended until the weather changed. So this is huge what happened. We lost a lot of forest and everything. So we'll have some work to be done, unfortunately, for the planet, for the nature. Because if we have not nature, the nature will do not support us. So it's just simple like that. Then we will disappear. So the most important is the planet, because if we have the planet, then we can recuperate ourselves. And regarding the housing, I observe that the people are not able to see how the administration will be working and everything. And practically they were not able to see the money behind the administration, the unlimited money, and how this money are working. Then I started with the housing, because this is probably one of the most important, other than the food, that will be really in abundance. And when I started to say this will be given via administration and more than that, the people will have also the $10,000 with no tax. And it is not only the house that will be given. As Rick said today on the morning on Europe meeting, we'll clean up the air, the water and everything, the garbage and everything will be removal, recycle. We'll have a lot of technology, new technology coming. So this will be just amazing, exactly like a big family working together. And practically everything is supported by administration, because the people will be working exactly to the administration. There is not a problem regarding the money, because until now, any project stop because of the money. But right now there is not a problem because of the money. So any project may continue as the people want to work for. So this will be the new, and this will be just amazing. So there is something important also for GPMS to be seen by so many people. We have a lot of control opposition on the freedom movement. And this is for years. This is coming exactly when the rally started and the events and everything. And I hope that 2024 will be also the year when the people will start to speak, and they will start to eliminate this control opposition, do not follow them anymore. And I hope that they will be exposed enough, because practically they never let the mic free for GPMS and for for autonomy system and everything, for self-governance. So I never saw that. I tried so many times. I tried also in Toronto. I tried also in Alberta for the second convoy. And practically Rick knows also very well that GPMS was not able to enter as full solution, because it was a decision there to start to work with the people step by step and do not tell them the whole solution. And when I wanted also to come and to speak about GPMS for the events that started for the convoy, I received no answer. So on this situation, we have to come with our events. Then we start from here. We start from Sunday meetings and also other meetings. And I would like for the people, because there is also the Zoom room open every day. So they need to come inside of the Zoom room because they send me a message via Messenger in the morning, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Okay, probably I can see it, probably not, or probably I cannot be in time. Or so just to come together inside of a meeting, then from there we start. And it's just better to have a discussion face to face. So I don't believe that they are so afraid to come on the Zoom and to speak. And I hope that this fear also will disappear. So we have practically three important situations: for the control opposition to be removed from the freedom movement. We have also the fear that it's still inside of the people, that they need to move forward and to be seen, because there is not a problem regarding the government anymore, because also the government is very informed about GPMS. And also we have the media that needs to start to be a free media. So yes, Rick, you are waiting to tell us something?
Oh, thank you. I'm going to shut the video off again while I speak. Okay, can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, great. You know, one thing what I wish to ask Beatrice is on our past North American Zoom meeting, this one, how many views are you seeing on them? Is there very many watching the yet?
I do not know exactly how many views I had on that, but I'm also making small videos right now and also translation in Romania from our video with the important points that we develop per subject. And probably this will come in time. I do not know exactly. And what I observe also, other than your account, if the comments where somebody is able to post on your name about the crypto, I have also this situation on a Telegram account where the people disappear in mass in only 24 hours. And also another situation that I observed, it was on Messenger. The Messenger I posted when I started to post the news that practically it was a news for the people that the houses are free, given to the people on their own name and everything. I made also a video how they deleted my message. Then I posted again, then it was again deleted in a couple of seconds. And also I had some bad experience with other people. When I spoke with them, they knew already the content of my messenger speaking privately with somebody else. So practically I cannot trust no alternative media, and I cannot trust the views or the number, nothing. Like, I have no trust.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was just curious on how many views. Um, you know, this leads me to the next point, and you're taking the clips out of these meetings and making short videos, and that is so important. So again, you know, we have the cognitive dissonance at so many levels that, you know, ones cannot see, if you will, even very simplistic things put right in front of them. And, you know, ideally, with the higher consciousness, spiritual groups and enlightened ones, the concept of GPMS should have been readily received, you know, without question. But where it hasn't, it shows that there are still gaps in their consciousness at not identifying what GPMS is, and it's the reason why they are here on the planet. But to put it even more simple, to go right down through all of the levels of the cognitive dissonance that is attached to different levels of consciousness, GPMS has gone right down to the bottom level with the simplicity of a worldwide vote. So this worldwide vote by the majority of the people, as they all come together, everyone knows how a vote works. everyone knows that a majority wins. With this, if we take Canada, for example, fiscal budget they release every year, they simply just create the money out of thin air for that. There is nothing to substantiate it, really. And the same with the Fed, if you will, in the US. I mean, this is all money that is fabricated out of thin air by the governments and the central bank. So what I'm doing, the central bank of each country, and of course you have the affiliated World Bank and IMF, if you will. But it doesn't matter about this. The point that I am making with this is that money is created out of thin air. There is no backing for it at this time. So what GPMS does, we have a simple vote worldwide. We get the majority of the people, and we just say that old system no longer serves. So we just create unlimited money and resource, but we do it prudently with it to assist humanity and to do, what is right. So having said this very simply, I'll recap. We're having a worldwide vote, and once the majority of the people vote for this new abundant and free system, this old capitalistic system doesn't exist. And with this worldwide vote, yes, it could be done in a couple days if everyone participated and just know how a voting system works. That's all you need to know. And you only need to look at the beautiful platform of GPMS. It only takes really about 10 minutes to look at to see what you're voting for. And it's absolutely ridiculous that through all of these levels of the cognitive dissonance, that all of these levels, they're not seeing it. Even the highest consciousness ones are looking at it saying it's a fraud, it's fake, it's bad, it's scam, when really it's not, it is the full absolute thing. But this is the brainwashing, the conditioning, and the cognitive dissonance that has people not even seeing how simply, yes, this is the answer, and we just do it. So, even in Canada with 10 million disgruntled Canadians, actual shareholders, in an instant, they could be here with GPMS. Let's look at the US with, I'm guessing it's around at least 200 million disgruntled shareholders in the US, within a matter of days, really. If one's just simply look at how a vote works, it's having the
Yeah, so the internet is not working good. Yeah, so the Federal Reserve in the United States is just a private corporation that belongs to the Corporation of the United States. It's not the reserve, it's only the name. And it's even not federal. It's saying that it is federal and it's acting like a federal. I do not know, Rick.
Oh, no, I stopped because you were speaking, but I think my connection might have went out a bit. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. But again, none of that matters. So the people worldwide have the choice to choose their self, to represent their self along with all of the other people, or continue to choose one or two prime ministers or presidents, to ruin their lives. What we need to look at the common sense of this. which is absolutely ridiculous when you look at Canada again with 40 million people, all crying and blaming Justin Trudeau and wasting their time. He's doing this to me, he's doing that. Like, how childish, and how, you really need to look. Come on, Canada. Come on, US. Just stand together here now and join GPMS. This is guaranteed, it's ascertained, it's above any governments, any international law. Nothing can oppose it. And it actually becomes the responsibility and obligation of every individual, at least voting person upon the planet, or soul, whatever you wish to call them, that in times of tyranny, when everyone is put in agony and suffering and misery, which is nonsensical, but it's absolutely ridiculous, the onus is on the people to stand up and stop this, to stop this mass extermination, mass genocide, depriving everyone of food, and especially this infamous number of 8,500 children dying a day of starvation around the world. Everyone that is not with GPMS that knows about it should be very ashamed of themselves right now. And what's going to occur in the near future, they're going to face that shame and that guilt, because every day 8,500 children are dying because of money, of starvation, which could have been saved. So everyone needs to think here very quick and hard and know what GPMS is. GPMS is no bullshit. It is the most serious thing ever on the planet, and people need to step up now. Thank you.
Yeah, as I said also in the morning, practically we have a system that does not represent the people. And the system that represent the people, it's exactly how the people they are. The people are divine, they are infinite. So then from there we should start. If we are divine, we are all equal, then autonomy system may come. And if we are infinite, then we have unlimited labor rights. And also we have unlimited money until this replicator will come, and also a lot of other technology, new technology, that we will do not need practically a system or financial monetary system. And the simplicity of the law is just do not harm. So for sure, GPMS is much more than that. It's the fifth dimension and above. We know that. But just to make like some points, it's choose a system that really it is how you are. And the reason that you do not feel good inside of a pyramid system with artificial law is because you do not belong to that, because this system is artificial, so it does not represent you. So this is the reason. Yes, Emily?
Well, I just want to reiterate, some points that Rick made. I had a memory pop up on my TikTok today, on January the 7th of 2023, I shared, the Gpms.world all over the world. Everybody saw it. Everybody that's ever came in contact with me has seen the Gpms.world. And I am in complete resonance with what Rick said. If you have made the decision to not share it because of whatever ego problems you were needing to work through, you will have to deal with that. And I had to tell a divine friend of mine the other day, I said, look, we are not going to get around all of this, everything that's going on earth. We don't get to just go around it. We are the ones responsible for being the change, creating the change. We're the ones that know within ourselves we have to do it. And I'm totally with Rick. It's just nonsensical for it to continue another second for anybody to be sitting on the solution and not doing something with it. No, 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 no. That's going against God's will for Earth. And the creator's will is Gpms.world. The creator's will is Gpms.world. And I have made a few more recent phone calls to some feminine embodiment religious sectors. And, you know, just in meditation, I was guided to do that. And I have. And again, the only thing I can do is give it to them. And that's really all I ever had to do, was just give it to people. And it is ultimately their choice after they have received it. And I'm just so grateful to hear Rick. Wow, man, light me up over here, brother.
So
I
Heidi,
know usually I don't
yes,
passionate, if you will. Oh, can
yes,
you hear me?
yes.
Yeah, usually I don't get as passionate as I did, but you know, I need to put this point across to the people. I am love and harmony, but sometimes, you know, it becomes too ridiculous. And how much lenience and patience should we have? We give it simply to the people. It's a simple worldwide vote, and it's all over. It's all done. All of the misery is over. All of the misery and suffering is done. What is it that you can't understand? A worldwide vote, and when the majority of the people choose it. So, you know, it's yeah, we have it all, and we cannot water it down anymore. We've got it down now that even, let's say, a child that is able to speak would say, yes, mommy, I want it, put my name on there, I can't write yet. You know, so how much simpler can we put it? And and you know, when you speak about the spiritual groups, again, you know, there's many that it's only superficial, and they're, let's say, just talking the talk to show theirself up, to make theirself feel better, but they're not walking the walk. And it's all a fake show that most of them are putting on. And they need to embody what they're speaking about so that they know that this is what they really came here to do, to liberate the planet. So why do they keep in their land of superficial things? And you know, with this, so we are identifying, yes, many levels of consciousness gaps, but you know, there is no way that anyone cannot reasonably and rationally and logically justify how they cannot see that GPMS is real and how a simple vote worldwide changes everything. So there is no justification for anyone to say.
The simplicity, you know, to use the most simplest of terms, we've got lack and we have abundance. Which one do you want? Do you want to live in this state of consciousness of scarcity and lack, or do you want to live in abundance? Those are the options. You get to choose. It's really that simple.
Emily, in the United States right now, they have a list of rights that it is limited. And they hope that they can bring up the Republic of 1871. When you are looking to the list of the rights, it's also limited. So they pass from a limited one to a limited one. They are saying freedom of speech here, freedom of speech there. They have nothing because of the artificial law. So practically, they are not able to understand, some of them, they are not able to understand unlimited rights. What is that? Yeah, so this is the reason they have no idea who they are. This is the reason. So I said all the time when I met also some people via internet that they are speaking about ascension and they are saying the truth. And I met also in Romania one, and I sent him the information about GPMS. And practically he said that he needs to be focused on what he's doing, because giving the information to the people who they are, it's practically the first step before they may come and to understand what it is unlimited and infinite, how it is working, because they have no idea who they really are. This is the first problem.
Well, you know, with that, I cannot accept that again because simply you just tell the people it's a worldwide vote and let them choose. They don't need to be educated, as Emily just said. What do you want, lack or abundance and freedom? You know, and a 3-year-old child will choose the freedom. So it is the misconception by any, you know, that says this goes with the same premise along the same lines when I hear spiritual healers you know, that saying the people needs to be healed first, and what they're actually is doing is that is not correct. We heal the environment that the people are in, and we heal all the people at once. We make this a joyous, wonderful, abundant world, and we can do this with the blink of an eye right now. Once you have the majority of the world, it can be done in a couple days. So we create the great joy because stress causes all pain and reasons for ones to be healed. One moment, Emily. So, you know, what doesn't the healers get about this? They understand the simplistic basics of metaphysics. What causes pain, and you know, and what causes misery, what causes ones to need to be healed? It's stress. That is the number one thing. It is the stress caused by the worldwide systems. So once we change the systems for the people and give everyone abundance, everyone heals theirself almost instantly. So you again, these are simple basics, yet you have the cognitive dissonance which is out there. So yeah, you know, with the spiritual healers that are saying you need to heal the ones individually, it's the actual healers that we need to heal and educate and give them these basics because they're not able at the point of their consciousness to give this to the ones that they're healing. These spiritual healers in the trap of the matrix themselves, and they're getting bought off by the money and being bought into places of complacency, and they keep creating a job for themselves by focusing on healing a few instead of doing the one thing that heals all. I'm going to have a break. Thank you.
Yes, whatever I raised my hand for, I've already forgotten. But what I just I want to be very clear, you know, of all the scams in the world, they all require money for you to become a part of it. GPMS has never required money. We have built Gpms.world from nothing. We used the resources that we had and with no self-interest. There was never a self-interest there. And if, you know, that bothers people, they don't know how to come in and be a part of something that requires no money, just your consent, your free will choice to do what's right. Who am I to say why they can't do that? You know, they'll eventually come square off, face with the truth. I made a meme today because I'm sick of this shit. I made a meme today to a lot of my followers. You know, they're content creators. They're creating content to sell to people. You know, I'll sell you this to help you heal that, and I'll sell you that to help you heal this. And I said in my meme, I'm creating content to unite and liberate the world and give us true freedom. I'm not here creating content to sell you. The two are not the same. Everything I share, everything I create It's got the GPMS layered in there somewhere, somehow, some way. It is not hard to, share the Gpms.world and let people around you know that they have a choice. That is not complicated at all. You could literally put a sign on your front door. On your front door. Everybody that comes over will see that this is what I chose this, I voted for this is where my energy's going, and make that statement and let everybody around you know this is what we're doing, gosh darn it, because I'm sick and tired of being stressed out. I mean, I can only laugh about this shit so long.
Yeah, so Emily, how strange may be for the people that a house can come free for them like a gift. I started to share this information. I said January 2024, it's a good time to start to share this information. Then the people will start to see that big things can be really free for them. And this is not something that they really need the money to buy. They do not need companies. They do not need to perform in business. They do not need to be competitive in order to create something. Everything that they need is just to collaborate, that the information is coming free. Then we are based on the resources and the new technology that it's coming. And practically everything is based on creation and on our working time. So they should start to ask right now, what it's GPMS in reality. If GPMS is coming with minimum 3,000 square feet organic house and land under the house because the house is not kept in the air, and also the land. And the land could be also, as I said, the minimum land, it was like 2 acres that was asked already for the people that they may have everything that they want around. So when this is coming free to you, how would you react? And right now it's coming in beautiful photo. Then you can see for the visual ones. And this is a touch that you can bring your models. So start to create. And today you start to create on the paper. And tomorrow you'll have it, you'll live it. You'll live inside of this beautiful house. And the most important is that it is not only one that will have this type of house. So this will be all of us because we are equal. And much more important is the environment. So you are very happy every day when you go outside of your house and you are able to find the same joy, you are able to find the same natural all around you, the same nature, and also the beautiful environment like houses and people and everything. Then this is part of abundance because the relationship start to improve. Then from there you create everything, and food will be everywhere because your beautiful house will have also, based on water, you can grow food inside. So the working time for the administration will be just a fraction of time. It depends on how quickly the new technology is coming. So practically there will be more time to spend with the family, with the children, and everything will be another interaction and will be a creation of every moment. Yes, Amin.
I just want to ask the viewers and anybody listening to this, if you own a business and you own you've created something good to share with the people because it's going to benefit them, don't you want that in the hands of the people so that it will benefit them? You know what I'm saying? I mean, allowing these ideas of profits and capitalism keep you from giving these goods and services to the people. That should not stop you from getting goods and services to the people. If you have goods and you have a service, you're going to naturally want to share that with people. And Gpms.world just adds an extra layer for us to be able to share those things much freer, much easier, with ease and comfort and grace. And just personally, if I've created something good that's going to better people's lives, we're going to naturally want it in the hands of the people to do its job. Thank you
Yes,
for letting me interrupt, Beatrice.
No, not at all. So just Dylan pop up with the camera right now. Hi, Dylan. The round, it's all the time, the table, it's all the time round. We depend on the internet. You are mute. You are speaking, but you are mute.
Yes, hello. Sorry, I dropped out. I don't know what happened. It just stopped all of a sudden. And so, yeah, I'm super busy today personally, but I wanted to speak a little bit on what Rick and Emily were saying. Hopefully, everybody can accept it for what it is. I just want to say the reason I was hesitant to come in here as a world leader, as a genius person, as a person who wants to help the world, I was hesitant to join GPMS because of the fact that there was a lack of plan in place for as far as I am concerned. I see the 3-step plan for what it is, and I'm sure that a lot of people are in the same mentality as me as far as that goes, is there is a vote and then what? Then what? And that was my big question from the beginning, and I never got an answer besides then there's abundance, and
It is the
I
system.
disagree that
No, it is the system. It is the international system. Replace everything.
Right,
Because
right.
when you have the way to govern, like autonomy, when you have the unlimited rights, so you have the rights are there, you have also the international monetary system that it is based on
Yes, I
value,
understand this now. I definitely
unlimited.
understand now
And
very
it's also
deeply.
the law. It's also the law there, do not harm.
Simplified law.
So this describe only these 4 points describe an international system.
Yes, I definitely understand now very deeply, and that's why I did sign. That's why I'm still here, and I'm just explaining why I was hesitant to do so, why I hesitated. And then on top of that, big thing was the GPMS or else message also for me and for a lot of people. It's
Yes,
people
it's
are
true.
talking to me in private about it as they leave. They'll describe the fact that they don't like that they can't talk about anything else or anything along those lines. So and I understand we started building the administration hub for this reason, and the councils, et cetera, are going to be formed for that reason also. But maybe we should start describing that also on the website. Maybe
yes,
a little bit.
right now, this information is back on the website because the website was another new website, and the information that we had before, it was the worldwide referendum for a system. So the system is there, the world system is there. So right now it's back. It's exactly when you open the website, all the people can see that. It's all inclusive system. So this includes everything and everyone. Except darkness.
I just want to say to Dylan, thank you, Dylan, for sharing that and expressing that. That'd be a really great clip for me to make out of this whole recording to capture you saying that. And, in the meme that I made today, about the content creators that are out there creating content to sell. I mean, I could have sat back and wrote books. I could have sat back and been a psychic. I could have made multiple different decisions to monetize my gifts and abilities. But ultimately, I want to use my gifts and my abilities to create something that benefits everyone. That's the highest moral choice I could have made. And I'm very satisfied with that choice. As far as Gpms.world being the message that it's Gpms.world or nothing. I don't know what to tell y'all, because that is Gpms.world is the light instrument that was created for us to vote on. So it's an individual process, that one has to get over themselves when they come into the Gpms.world. And I'm so grateful that you were able to share your experience and how you eventually could see where we were all coming from. That's a beautiful gift.
Yeah, so it's also the adoption of universal natural law. So this is also GPMS.
Absolutely. I was definitely glad to be able to come to terms with what we were able to do here at GPMS, and beyond that, help y'all to understand where I'm coming from also, and get past the barrier that we had all built for ourselves. That's exactly what we're going to have to do if we're going to work together, is get over ourselves, get over our own mentalities and our own projects, etc., and unify for what we need to unify for.
Yes,
Which is
yes, Dylan, but it's also this international system. It's not about the profit loss, so it's not about the companies, the business, nothing like that, because there it's all the time concurrence, and there it's a loss, there could be bankruptcy. So this in natural law, this is not accepted. We have no debt in natural law. This is not possible to have it because we are extremely rich. So the poverty, it's not accepted in natural law.
And I also want to say that this was also another issue that I saw, was the fact that people are struggling now. They're wanting relief now, and they're asking what's our current relief, and there is none. So that's something else I really think we should begin focusing on as well, what we have.
Yes, practically the correct answer is just the people needs to come together in one area. If the people are able to come together, for example, in Canada, like a couple of million or something, like, I believe that all the United States and Canada will come together. This will be not a problem at all to make the number and to start the system. Then from there, everyone will be confronted with the situation, how to create abundance and how to create everything from them, because right now it's a distortion inside of the system, cannot be repaired, and practically everything is false.
Indeed. I brought up a training hub last week, I believe, for getting our leadership trained and so on and so forth. We need to definitely start working on that heavily, trying to get that implemented to the best of our ability, in my opinion.
Yeah, so regarding
beyond
the
leadership.
Yeah, but the leadership, it's not exactly what it is, the leadership today. The definition of the leadership is practically to help others to understand what you are doing and to create the opportunity for others to move forward, like leadership, exactly how you are. So there will be never a sort of pyramid. This is only collaboration until the other one is able practically to see all the big picture. Then from there, he's able to support and to start himself. So this is the true leadership. It's not the leadership that we have today that somebody will decide. Then this one will say all the time, will have like followers, and will say all the time what to do. This is not about, because the autonomy system is not in this way. Yeah, for sure. There are people that they are more, how can I say, more passive than others, and others are more active on the direction to speak, to act directly, like to make something. Others are more passive, but practically they can create, for example, a lot of visualization and everything that the people today, they are not able to understand, but this is helping a lot in the fifth dimension, the planet, keeping the energy. And when the planet is vibrating very high, this is coming towards us in a very benefit way, that this is coming in healing and everything that is keeping us to a level that we can move forward. So practically we all collaborate. It does not matter if one is moving like, from the hands on, or it's speaking, or other one is just silent. So we are interconnected to the point that we need to understand that we cannot come and to harm someone because we harm ourselves. Yes, Rick.
Thank you, Beatrice. What I wish to say here, it's so easy to be a leader, if you will, in a GPMS scenario. And what I would identify a leader in the GPMS world is just perhaps simply an administrator. It is a leader, but when you have, for example, Dylan, if we gave you now in the US unlimited resource, unlimited money, and you didn't need to do any paperwork, and you're good at heart, so you're going to do everything good. What other leadership qualities would you need with that? So then you have access to all of the resources, meaning that all of the present logistics of essential goods and services in the US, you have direct, instant access to all of those. So, what would you need to be a leader? You really don't need anything. You don't need the education because it's already in your heart. You know what to do with it, and it makes it so simple. Now, on the way going towards getting the majority consent gathered, what happens is we have individuals constantly stepping up that are being volunteers for GPMS and are taking guardianship roles. These are your leaders are already here. And as we get closer to the majority vote all over the world, you're having your leaders are going to be organically gathered even before the implementation, because within the majority consent, you are gathering all of the skill set. The knowledge is already there. They're already educated. So they are going to assume the positions of administration exactly where they need to be there. No one has to be trained. No one has to be educated. And this is part of that ones need to realize how simple things really are when you have unlimited resource. I'll stop there. Thank you.
Yeah, but practically, Rick, the people, how they understand today, this was also what Dylan said last week too. So how people, they understand today this management, this leadership and everything. It's exactly the opposite on the universal natural law. So my understanding is that we need to come with something that the people with key wording or something like to describe natural law, how I started on the small video last year, and for sure I'll continue because the people cannot see what it is universal natural law. Is do not harm. Okay, what else? What are the keys? Peace. What other word you can use? Unity. So we can create, as I created already the list, and through the keywords they can see, then they will start to organize on this direction because they cannot see very well the direction. Okay, do not harm and do practically everything for the people. And what else? So they need to see a little bit the action, because the action for them it's not so clear, because the system, the international system GPMS is different from the actual one.
Dylan, do you want to say
Don't-
something before? Okay,
I
go ahead.
agree completely, Beatrice. And I must disagree with you, Rick, though, that that people are just naturally going to be able to assume positions, things along those lines. We have to have an education system that is perfected, in my opinion, and that is going to also help instill proper leadership mentality into people, because that's the whole world should be leaders, you know, and it's not something that's happening right now. These people are blinded and confused, and they don't understand what being a leader is. One of the main questions I receive is, what should I do now? And, you know, in my mind, it's simple. You know, you start gathering your community, you start working in your community to start trying to implement these goals. But in their mind, it's not so simple. They don't understand what being a leader is. They don't understand how to dress, how to act, how to talk, anything along those lines, you know, which I know that dressing shouldn't matter and the way we look shouldn't matter, but it does in the people's eyes. And we have to take that into account. For one, what we present ourselves as, our presentation is key in winning over the masses, for sure. For sure. You know, there's no doubt about it. It's part of the marketing of all of this.
Yeah, so practically they need to come on the Zoom and to start to speak about GPMS, and then from there, when they will understand GPMS, they will know what to do. This is all about. Then they
Yes,
will
but one of the
natural
things that I think that we should be doing is getting a streamlined process going to where they don't have to come in and ask questions. They can go straight to the website and have a hub to give them direct instructions of what to do, how to do it, you know, where to do it, when to do it.
Well,
so create abundance.
I just want to, I just got to chime in for a second. Everyone that comes into the GPMS, typically when you have seen it, when it's been placed in front of you, you are at a place in your journey where it's time for you to make a decision to do the good and more, make the moral higher choice that's good for everybody. It's, what I have witnessed multiple times is they'll get the GPMS and then all of a sudden, oh, wait, all of my rules need to apply to the GPMS. And that's not the way it works. I've had people tell me, oh, yeah, I can totally see where everybody deserves a shelter, but not a car. You know, people go and they put their ego in there and their ego wants to take over and take control. Gpms.world is simple. It's simple. Lack or abundance, you get to choose. Do you want to sit back and watch your people be in suffering and in misery and in lack and children crying and dying, or do you want to change it? I don't deal with that. I'm not going to feel any type of way for saying what I'm saying. I'm over all the bullshit. It is very simple to me. I give you the choice, you get to make a choice. And once I've given you the choice, you get to do with whatever you want to with it. And it's none of my business how you share it, who you share it with. It's for you to process. It's for you to share with other people. And I've done my job.
But inside of the website of GPMS, we have old versus new. So the old is today and the new is where we go. So then from there, when you know where we go inside of the new is described. Then from there, they can have an image what to do. Yeah, it could be also the universal natural law. It could be also described in keywording. And practically, they can have an image exactly what it is about.
Well, may I, Beatrice, you know, what we have is the decree, and we have the divine law there with the foundational unalienable rights. So how much more simpler can this be as well? We don't need to define GPMS and dissect it all apart to fit an old reality. And truly, this is the problem when one's tried to complicate it and conform it to fit the old system. This is where their brains, if you will, begins to try to complicate it. And what I wish to say, one 12-year-old child could run this entire planet with GPMS because it is that simple. We don't need to explain and define every word and everything with GPMS. The website, it's all inclusive with everything in there. How much more simpler? We're collecting the vote, phase one. Number two, it's written on the website. We enact the divine law worldwide. What is the divine law? Well, it's all of your unalienable rights and simply do no harm. How much more simpler can that be? Everyone's educated to read and to at least know they have some rights. So you don't need to define that. So how do we create the money? It's written on there. We create it out of thin air, the same way it's being created today. These things are simple to understand. And you know, there is no complexity with GPMS. And this is the problem with one's trying to complicate them. And there is no complication with GPMS. They're going and looking at GPMS, for complication and all of the mechanics. That it's a whole new free world. So, you know, how much more do I need to say on this? But nevertheless, you know, what I wish to say is that what we are seeing is the numbers are also, we're seeing some new countries, if you will, come in, the seeding with that, which is great. We're seeing consents from more individual countries starting to pick up with GPMS. We also have, for the Philippines, I believe that could be at least a backlog of about 1 million that we're currently that a few are currently registering these consents every day or inputting the data, if you will, of these consents. So, and also with India, you know, with India, I know it's going to be very soon millions with that. But we have data inputters that is putting this in. And also, I just saw a great thing in the contributors group. One is volunteering. If there is excess consents to be inputted from the Philippines or even India, for that matter, that one has offered to do that so that we get these consents in as soon as possible. Because let's look at it. If you have 1 million consents and it takes 3 minutes or, well, 2 minutes to do a consent, once they get quicker at it, it still is time consuming. But the more we have sharing and inputting the data, the quicker we get the consents in, the bigger the number gets, which also makes it more noticeable for those that have complicated views at not understanding it. The bigger that the number is with GPMS, they'll take a second look and they'll rationalize more and look at it. And it gives it more identity, it gives it more validity, that they say, you know, there's got to be something with this, that they don't pass it off so nonchalantly as a lot of them do, and they recognize the seriousness of it. So also what I need to say is that Emily and Beatrice both, we have the GPMS inquiries email. So we have the webmail. And what I need to say with that, Beatrice, if you didn't already see my message, there is a Romanian. Can you just mute? Can you just mute?
Yeah, so Dylan, it was
Dylan?
in car.
Yeah, can you still hear me?
Yes, it is a Romanian.
Yes, yes. So what I suggest, Emily, you as well, if you have time, we brought this up before. It's mostly Lee and I that's been looking at in answering the webmail that comes in for GPMS. But what I'm saying in this case, if it resonates with you, Beatrice, she is from Romania and she has a situation, and I know you could better speak with her on this. And I feel the divine imprint that it is also, I believe you are the one to answer it rather than I or Lee. But having said this, we have the GPMS email group team. And so that is there as well. And I believe you can get any particulars you need to access that. And if you need any assistance, anyone, any of you, just let us know. So I wanted to, thank you for giving me this time to just quickly cover a few things to put in here. What I wish to say also, I am presently getting some messages from some new ones that have seen GPMS for the first time. And having said that, these divine ones they feel they're very good prospects, and I recognize divinely the timing of this to come in as well. Although we saw great prospects in the past, it didn't really proliferate or come to fruition. However, what I wish to say is that GPMS is getting some more recognition from these more what I call powerful divine co-creators, because they're in that level and their energetic value has such a contribution to the whole of GPMS. So when we bring in one, if you will, that knows they are a co-creator to some extent, and of course they know when they're connected directly to God, if you will, this makes a huge energetic difference and with GPMS. So there's that is looking great. Just wondering if what else did we cover today?
Just a little bit. So with the Philippine, it is about Lodi group that she already she had she gathered all the consent on the group, and right now we transfer everything inside of GPMS.
Yes, yeah, thank you.
And
So
this is about 1 million.
To my knowledge, yes, what Lodi has been putting in and other Philippine data importers that they're putting in a million.
Your internet is broken. I will need for you to repeat the
What
message.
about now?
Right now, okay.
All right. Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is what Lodi and the Philippines, there's a few data importers that are putting in consents from it's a collection of about 1 million, to my knowledge, that were previously aligned with a false narrative, but they have endorsed Lodi and, let's say, recognized her as acting in their best interests. So this goes anywhere. So if you have, for example, a group or an organization that has already endorsed a speaker to act on their behalf in their best interest, if that is already there, then the speaker of that group, the proper procedure is to give notice to their group and also publicly that they have chosen to put their group into GPMS and have begun to individually input and log the consents. And with this, if there's anyone in those groups that decide, because of a contractual law, and I'll put that into quotes, because of that, if there's anyone that is that dissents after, that is disgruntled, well, then they just merely ask to rescind their consent. But otherwise, it is given the same as when, let's say, a politician is elected. They are to be a representative of the people. And in the past, with any political arena, that is, supposed to be how a politician gets elected, that the politician is entrusted through the vote of the people. So with this, it is along the same lines, and this is what we are doing with this. So having said this, anyone that wishes to participate, if it is put in a place that you don't have to put it online, it's very possible that, let's say with the Philippines, that these are just stacks of paper. And if it's not online, it would make it more difficult, as you know, to copy and put it online and what have you. But nevertheless, this is what's occurring. And, we know in the Philippines, for example, it goes beyond 1 million. We're just tapping into 10, 20 million or more that have already, um, let's say, becoming aligned with what they want for their new world. So it's much greater than just 1 million. But what I wish to say, this is the tip of the iceberg, what is coming in now from the Philippines, which is huge. Same with India. We got 16,500 consents. That's increasing. That is only the tip of a very large iceberg that is coming in as well. So and these numbers, especially from India, sways, if you will, the thoughts of others in these resistant Western world countries, again, to really look at this and revisit GPMS. So, and also I need to mention that approximately 47% of the world's population doesn't have direct access to internet. And what this means, they're not getting yet the information of GPMS. But as GPMS continues to get bigger now, and ideally when some of the wealthy philanthropists come in, there will be missionaries that will go and very rapidly collect these consents. And, right at this moment, and I know most would agree with me, if not all, that if you went to all of these destitute 47%, or let's say 40% that doesn't have internet, and you give this to them as a choice, they're going to choose it right away because of what it does. It changes their life. It takes all of their worries away for their children. If they're parents, that they know their children's future is more than secured, so they're going to choose it. So, again, numbers can come in very quickly. As an example, they already did this in Thailand. This is one of the reasons they got a lot of their votes, consents very quick, is because they went to the fields, to the ones that didn't have internet, took their names down and put them, then come back home, if you will, and began to input the data. But also what they set up in Thailand was houses with GPMS representatives or guardians, where ones that didn't have any internet were asked that they could, told that they could come to the guardian's residence, bring their children and get everyone registered. Also, so with Uganda, you know, the same way we have Brother Wanderer, boots on the ground in Uganda, when he's able to go around, and he's been consistently collecting from one, don't have internet there. So I want to share that the numbers are also huge. A lot of these don't have internet because they are so poor. Missionaries from GPMS to them. Thank you.
Impressive.
I'm going to go ahead and say what I need to say, but I do need to be going before my phone dies again. I just want to leave this last little bit of information for anybody that's new to the Gpms.world. If you've never heard of the Gpms.world and you're wondering what is backing the money of the Gpms.world, it is us, the people, our energy, our currency, our divine sovereign state of consciousness that does not require, some monetary value outside of us. We are the co-creators of what we are truly worth. And being able to project and reflect that worth at everyone else in the world to help them see their own intrinsic worth and activate their own intrinsic value. That way, we stop with the codependency. This person needs this from that person, and this person needs that from this person. No, we all become fully free and self-sustainable, where we are supporting ourselves, each of us individually, and it's more powerful than anything else on the earth. Gpms.world. The activation of the intrinsic value of the individual is what is backing Gpms.world. It's not gold, it's not silver, it's not a cryptocurrency, it's none of that. It is the people. And I'm going to sign out now because my phone is going to die soon. I love you all very much. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this space. And thank you for your contribution.
Thank you so much. And we are here every weekend, so please come.
We'll see you all around. I love you.
Yeah, we love you too. So, Dylan, Rick, if there is still something to be added for today. Yeah, Rick, you have still the hand raised up.
Oh, did I? Oh, I didn't know. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, just one thing, and I'll soon cut this short as well. One thing what is so important is the present existing shareholder value, the extrinsic shareholder value presently today of every GPMS member. So GPMS.world is a universal nation, and with each one that chooses to consent with GPMS, they are a bona fide shareholder of the existing system, the existing public infrastructure worldwide. And with this, it does have a shareholder value. And everyone is a bona fide shareholder because the day everyone was born or a week later, the government recognized each one as a shareholder by giving them a number. Now, this number, even a child born today, when a government gives them a number, they make them a bona fide shareholder of that country's infrastructure, but not only the country, worldwide, and worldwide because the world trade with every country, or most every country, has been established, meaning that there is also, because of investment worldwide and pension funds is where it mainly gets into more of a bona fide worldwide shareholder status. It means that everyone is a shareholder of all of the public infrastructure worldwide. So that has a value, and it has an extrinsic external value presently. So what you have is actually, with some, let's say, some tentative figures, the present value of the universal nation, the present extrinsic value of the universal nation of GPMS is over 40 trillion equivalent US dollars. Just look at that figure for a moment. And this is only with 77,000, because you are a shareholder. And this is important for every Canadian to know, that you have an extrinsic value. And when you choose this new world, you are contributing also that shareholder value to this universal nation of GPMS. And what it's actually doing is also, it will make GPMS the most powerful and most valuable nation upon the planet of the Earth very soon. So when you look at the US, and when you look at GDPs, and you wish to use their economic and accounting figures, you can see very quickly how GPMS already has outpaced the value or the net extrinsic worth of many nations already, with just a small number. So again, this is serious to know the worth of what each one is actually worth. And when you combine this all together, again, it adds to your already debt is an illusion, and debt is the majority of, and also this is what GPMS does. It eliminates debt, because we just say there is none. And truly, there is no debt. All of the money ever created was created because all of us exist. If we did not exist, there would not be any money on this planet. So we don't owe anyone any debt. That is a trick. It is ridiculous. It is absurd. Debt does not exist, especially when they say a world debt. There is no one to pay it to. It's nonsense. When you look at the US with 40 trillion in debt or what have you, who are they going to pay it to? There is no one to pay it to. It's absolute nonsense. So having said that, debt is gone. You have a fair market value of your shareholder status, which is many, many millions, and it is because of the compound interest you wish to put on it, because all of the money that was created since you were born was actually created because you exist. So having said this, the old system is imploding, and it will implode far before GPMS reaches majority. But it's at that time that instantly there is the flash that GPMS reaches that majority. So it happens simultaneously. So each one needs to know where to put your focus at, and you don't need to fight the old system and all of this. We have the new system right here. We have everything for you. It's simple. We know how everything works. And so what more can I say? I'll leave it there. Thank you.
No, this is amazing. Thank you so much for everything that you share. And just imagine if the actual number that will just pop up from the Philippine will be like a small calculator that we cannot calculate anymore. So the number is too big, and it's even not true important when it is like more than you need. Practically, you do not need to to calculate anymore. Also, Dylan is still here with the microphone and the camera closed. Dylan, would you like to add something for today?
I'm actually not really able to talk right now, so I'm gonna just let y'all close it out. Peace and
Yeah.
love, you guys.
Okay, it's not a problem because we just started for a couple of weeks this meeting of North America, and you are welcome anytime. So just for the next week. Do not forget what you wanted to add.
Yeah, love and light, brother, and much gratitude. So yeah, Beatrice, if you could still hear me, then I think we touched on enough, and it's best with these just to take the clips, important parts, if you will, and is what I suggest. And yeah, and get them out there and circulate them.
Yeah, so thank you so much to everyone that will see this video, and see you for next week, next Sunday. Thank you so much.